Welcome to the Boujee Multipreneur podcast. I'm your host, Hillary Hushauer-Jones. Tune into my show where we discuss how to attract more money so you can spend more money. Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Hillary Hushauer-Jones, and welcome to the Boujee Multipreneur. I'm the Boujee Multipreneur that you guys have been listening to. Today, I want to talk about asking for what you want. And you might think of, well, maybe I don't know what I want, but let me lead you into a little story and then how I kind of came up with this topic. But last year, I was looking at seminars to go to and take, and one caught my eye. I signed up for it, and I noticed there wasn't any speakers listed on the website. And I thought, right then and there, I'm going to reach out to the person in charge and ask her, hey, can I be a speaker? And if so, can you compensate or comp some of my ticket price for coming? And she responded immediately and was like, yes, what do you want to talk about? So we came up with different things to talk about, and she ended up comping part of my seminar. And it was just the best thing because a lot of us, me included, and maybe you listening, you would think, oh, I wish I could speak there, or I wish I could do this or that. But then no one ever acts on it, right? We always have these great ideas or intentions, but it's the acting on it. So not only am I saying like ask for what you want from the universe and from people, but then also do it, right? That's I guess a key point is actually you have to like take that step forward, right? Ask what you want, whether it's from the universe or directly from people, and the doors can open that maybe you didn't realize. So as you're listening, think about some things in your life going on, or maybe even in the past that, if you would have just asked, you never know what will happen. I mean, and like we always say, right? Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're going to say no. I mean, I would have gone to the seminar anyway, so it's not a big deal, but you just don't know until you ask things, right? There's a lot of little things that I'll give you examples of too, but that was one of my biggest, best things when it was such like an easy, like meant to be. It was effortless. She responded. I said yes. We went. We did. It was wonderful, right? But I really feel like no one hands us opportunities, right? You really have to go get them. You have these ideas and grand intentions, but that separates a lot of us business owners. Who's willing to go the next inch, step, mile, and who's just sitting back saying, I wish that was me. I wish I could have done that. I would have loved to do that. You can, you just need to ask and do it. So when I say like, let's ask the universe or tell the universe what you want, it doesn't really have to be something woo-woo, like you're on a fire asking for different things. I mean, it's just be clear of what you want and put it out there. Write it down. I am a big fan of writing it out and somewhere I can see it all the time. Sometimes it's not on a big poster in my room, but sometimes it's on like my phone where every time I open the phone, it says it on there, right? So something where you're clear of what you want and not just say like, I want to do more. Yet that's not being clear enough. You really have to like get down to what it is. Do you want to be a speaker? What certain events do you want to speak? What certain topics? What certain months? If you are a business owner, you need to be clear about what you want for the business, not just to say, I want to get better or I want to do better. That's not enough. Like get some clarity, write down what you want and put it out there. And then what we've all known, right? The universe and a lot of these opportunities, they respond, but they can't respond until you're clear of what you actually want, right? And once you're out there and you're like, I knew, for example, with my original story, like I love to talk and I love to go to seminars. So I'm always ready. Yes, put me in, coach. I'll do it. It doesn't matter if I'm not ready. I could talk about a lot of different things. I might say a lot and get tongue twisted, but I mean, that's just me. So it's fine. Here's a really cute quote I found. Closed mouths don't get fed, but neither do confused minds. I had never heard that, but when I was looking up different things for this podcast, I was like, that's a cute quote. I like it. Closed mouths don't get fed, but neither do confused minds. So speak up, I guess, right? And don't be so confusing. So again, ask the universe what you want, manifest it by saying it like out loud, journaling. If you're pray, you visualize, whatever it is. But right now, as you're listening to this podcast, think about, or if you can, you're not driving in a car, write down 3 things that you want to ask the universe for. And then what we can start to do is like look for ways that you can co-create these things and like what will pop up in your life. You're like, oh, this is the moment that she meant. Now I need to ask for it. We've willed it into existence with the universe, but now it's in front of you on a plate. So you have to like do something. It's not just going to like shove itself in your mouth. You need to like open up, say, ask, hey, can I do that? Do you have room for me? I would love to help participate. How can I help? And then think about too, that maybe it's something that you need to ask someone. So like in my case, where I was telling you that I actually had to ask a person. But sometimes, we're afraid to ask, right? Because we're afraid to say no, right? But sometimes the no's are for a reason, and sometimes the yeses are for a reason. So I am a big fan of not waiting to be invited to do things in that. Don't wait to be invited to be a speaker. Don't wait to be invited to go to a ribbon cutting or an event for a business that you want to get to know better. Ask for what you want. Ask, can you go? Ask, how can you help them? Ask, really. Even if they say no, that's exactly where you started. So why does it even matter? And as a bonus, I think that people respect directness more than hesitation. And I can speak from that personally as a business owner, chiropractor, multi-business owner. I love directness. If you want something or you need something from me, just tell me what it is. I don't have time to F around and figure out what it is you might want from me, what help you might need from me. What is it? Oh, you just want to be a vendor at one of my events? Great. Sure. I've got room. I'll bring the table for you. How about that? But I don't know unless people ask sometimes. And that's why I'm a big fan of just asking and not waiting around and assuming that someone's going to ask me to participate in something. I do a lot of like events in the community with my business, and I bring people together. I do a lot of networking, and the directness is where it's at, I got to say. So be direct, less hesitation. So let's talk about what happens when you set your intention with the universe, right? This is what you want. This is what you're looking for. Like, I want to be a speaker. I want to do 4 speaking events per year. I want them to be out of the state. That way I can travel and relax. And then taking action to that. What seminars or conferences, and then who do I need to get in touch with, right? Showing the universe that I'm serious by taking action is key. So if you are thinking to yourself, yes, I've always wanted to be a speaker too, right? Okay, where? With who? What type of speaking? Start looking those things up. Envision them. Put them on your vision board if you want. That what speakers that you want to be known, what crowd you want to be known with, what topics do you want to be known with, and then who do you need to contact to ask about that? It could be like an upcoming conference or seminar too, and you notice that there isn't anyone listed. So like I was telling you, that might be the perfect opportunity to reach out, but not next week. Like literally that minute that you've looked that up, you need to immediately do that. And again, worst thing that's going to happen is they say no because they're already full, but they will keep you in mind for next year, right? So let's just kind of recap things. This was kind of a short podcast because it was kind of singularly focused to one thing, but I love always talking about manifesting, telling the universe what you want, but then also it's the action part. I know a lot of people that are great dreamers, if you will, and they ask the universe and they have 1,000 vision boards and 1,000 things written on papers and journals full of everything, but then they never do anything about it. And so I'm talking to you about this next step, right? Be clear, ask the universe, ask from the people, but then do an action. So as you're listening along, think about one thing that you want right now. Whatever it is, say it out loud if you can't and you're driving, or write it down, and then figure out like who you need to ask. So it's the next step to this, right? I would love to find out if this works for you, has worked for you, if you're working on it. If you're someone that's not used to taking action, just take a little step, an inch in the right direction. Do something little to get it going. Don't wait and hesitate. This isn't something that goes on your to-do list for another week when you have time. It's an instant, quick thing. Emails are so quick. Send it out, text someone, call someone. If you know what you want and you've been waiting, there's a chance that you actually need to do an action and get going. So I'd love for you to tag me, follow me on Instagram, Hillary Hushhour Jones. Let me know what you're working on. Also, let me know if there's anything you would like to discuss. If you like this topic of intentions in universe, then I've got lots of it because I talk about this all day, every day with people, with clients, staff, my team, heck, my own family. So I'm here for it. Thank you for listening to the Boujee Multipreneur. Make sure you go get your money and become a money magnet. Click subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and let's make some money.